Hello and welcome to TNA, well actually, Impact Wrestling Revival. This is a completely new series, clearly, because this is the first episode. I haven't recorded anything for about 2.5 months, so yeah, I'm pretty rusty. So this might come across as really awkward. I'm playing as myself in this, so I've actually put myself into the game similar how Rick Malloy did. Actually, his new series kind of inspired me to come to TNA because I had always wanted to do a series, but then after school finished, I was kind of like, I don't even know if I want to do YouTube anymore because I just had so much on, even though I had so much on in that period. I kind of just lost passion for this game, and this game is a game that you have peaks and troughs. It's a cycle. Like, you burn out a lot. I've burnt out like so many times. I can't even remember how many times I've burnt out. Anyway, we're here with Impact. We are in the first week of February, and we are in the Forum Civic Center in Georgia. As I've said countless times, I'm not American. I don't know. I think GA is Georgia. Anyway, we have 19 segments and 2 pre-show matches, so let's start the show. Alright, we are in front of 2,458 people, which is not awful. In an abysmal pre-show match, Andrew Everett defeated Swoggle in 2:43 with a toe touch moonsault, E-20. It's really just to get Andrew Everett over, but he doesn't improve. Swoggle, I didn't bring him in. He's with the company, even though he's wrestled like twice. And see, that is why Swoggle is going to get nothing, no wins. He is an enhancement talent. So next segment, and Eli Drake. Eli Drake he's a long-term prospect for me. I know he's pretty old. Well, he's not that old. He's like 32. But he has future world champion written all over him. I'm actually really surprised that they haven't, like the old kind of Dixie booking, they were very on and off with him. They really didn't do much. Anyway, so he defeats Robbie E in 11:40 with a gravy train, D-40. It's not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. It's a pre-show match. These guys, no one has popularity apart from like Cody and Lashley. They both improve in performance skills, so that's good. And moving on to the main show, and this is going to get a really bad rating. Yeah, E23. That is me. That is actually me. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to do with my face in that picture, but if someone wants to make I think it's KYKY or something. If anyone wants to do that, I can give you a different picture and you can possibly make it, because I'm fucking rubbish with Photoshop. The thumbnail that is on is actually made by Deoxys, who's a good mate of mine, the former Florana, so if you go check him out, his content is pretty damn good. Anyway, so we're live with Impact, and our new owner, Charlie Macgregor, is in the ring to address the fans, and I say, good evening everyone and welcome to Friday Night Impact. I have changed the taping day to Friday, because people like Cody would not be on the show. So yeah, I've changed it to Friday nights. Tonight we start a new era under me. After I bought this company from Anthem, I promise each and every one of you in attendance and watching at home that Impact will flourish under my reign, and will become a major competitor in the wrestling industry. Tonight we'll have a number 1 contenders match between Cody and Eddie Edwards, with the winner facing Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship at our February pay-per-view against all odds. Yes, I have reinstated all the previous pay-per-views that helped TNA reach its previous peak, but enough from me, it's time to get on with the show. So I've debuted my Everyman gimmick, and it's got a below average, no work improvements, and no negatives. E23 is pretty shocking, but I don't know, maybe I'll put myself on commentary and up my popularity a little bit. With the pay-per-view system, I'm not sure if I want to go. Currently, I'm going monthly, but I might go bi-monthly or even quarterly, similar to kind of how the takeover shows are. I just not sure if I can actually book quarterly pay-per-views because you're gonna have a lot more. So rivals will be facing off on shows. So kind of like how Impact does it now, except with a lot with more pay-per-views. So if you have Rosemary and Jade in a feud, they'd face on Impact like twice over 2 months or something, and that'll be the end of their feud. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll come to a decision soon. Anyway, next segment. And Nixon Newell, one of our new signings, because of course I've brought new people in, defeats Laurel Van Ness in 7:01 by pinfall with the Vulture Culture Destroyer. It's an abysmal match. E25, that's got to start from somewhere. Like Nixon, both of these girls have like shit popularity, so yeah, only way you can go is up. Just she has debuted her Girl Next Door gimmick and has got an initial rating of average. Announcing quality lifted the match. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Cooled the crowd a little bit. Nixon with 21 and Laurel with 25. So the temporary, announced team I have is JB and the Pope, because I fired Josh Matthews as soon as I could. Because fuck Josh Matthews. He blocked me on Twitter, and the only thing I can say is I'm actually regretting that I didn't get blocked sooner, because he is... I have no words to describe him. He's annoying, arrogant, he's a general prick. So, turns out I actually do have words to describe him. Laurel Van Ness improves in performance, so that is good. Another knockouts match right after, in a terrible match. Much better rating though. Brooke defeated Sienna in 9:28 by pinfall with a spinning headlock elbow drop. D-37. Brooke with a 30, Sienna with a 34. Brooke and Sienna both improving performance, so that is all good. Moving on. We're backstage with Dutch Mantel, which is meant to be with one L, but that's my bad. At the moment, I'm thinking I'm using him as kind of what JB was. Not as a ring announcer, but he did a lot of backstage interviewing, because I'm not sure, but I don't think I have Mackenzie Mitchell on this, like in the mod. Anyway, so Mantel says, Ethan's what's next, and he gets cut off by AC3. He says, what's next for me, Dutch? Well, last year was not my year, was it? I have won the Bound for Glory playoffs, but I lost almost every World Championship match I was in. So I've decided to temporarily focus on a new championship. A championship whose holder I still have some issues with. Drew Galloway. It's no secret that I accidentally cost him the world title 3 times. But his response to that and his change in attitude was completely unnecessary, and to be honest, I feel responsible for it. So I'm going to show him that the path he's on is not the way to go. I want to show him that fighting with honor is the most rewarding, and he's cut short because Galloway hits him in the back of the head with the Grand Championship, knocking him down, and he just crouches next to him, and he says, this belt's mine, I won't let you take it from me. And that segment has started. C-55, best rating we've had in the series so far, which is kind of worrying. Yeah, I wrote this about a week ago, and I didn't want to rewrite it, but I think Carter is probably going to go in a slightly different direction for the rest of the feud, because basically he was like, okay, I'm going to show him that this is not the way he should be going, but now he's just been blindsided. He's probably going to get blindsided a lot more, so he's probably going to become a lot more focused and be like, okay, I need to show you that this is not how you go, because I'm sick of being hit in the back. I'm fucking sick of it all. I'm going to beat you, I'm going to take your title from you, or I'm going to die trying. Next segment, and And about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Matt Riddle, the new Matt Riddle, defeated Marsho Rocker in 7:29 by submission with a guillotine choke. These pictures are not going to be around for much because I'd already booked. So basically, when you go into the booking screen, you can no longer change pictures till after the show. But between booking the show and recording this now, I found a really good picture pack that I've tried on other mods. So those pics will be in the next episode. Matt Riddle defeats Marsho Rocker in 7:29 by submission with a guillotine choke. D-38. Below average gimmick. Marsho with a 38. Riddle with a 30. Look at that. Rocket improves in technical and performance, and Matt also improves in performance. Next segment. I thought that was going to get a bit of a better rating, but yeah, Riddle's picked up a huge win in his debut, and he goes to celebrate with the fans, but he's interrupted by the music of Aaron Rex. And Spud comes out. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the Earl of Excellence, the Friar of Fabulousness, the Rexcellent Aaron Rex." Yeah, at the moment we're going to go for his kind of flamboyant Liberace gimmick because I think I could have a lot of fun with it. You know, the Friar of Fabulousness. That's no one to be caught dead saying that. You've been called that. But anyway, Rex and Spud are now in the ring with Riddle, he's just struggling not to laugh because these guys, if you've seen them on TV, they just look like fucking idiots. Rex says, "Hello, Mr. Riddle. I was watching your match. I have to say I was impressed. You have potential, and one day I believe you can become half as beloved as I am, which is why I want to talk to you. I find fighting to be strenuous. I don't want to chip my nails. So I thought you might want to fight my fights, and I can give you, a small cut on my paycheck. I could make you Rexcellent, Matthew. What do you say?" And Spud's like, "Yeah, Matt, come join us on the Aaron Express. Do it, because Spud's just the over-enthusiastic, lackey, kind of. Riddle laughs, turns away, shrugs, and then turns back and just knocks Rex out with one punch. He turns to Spud, who screams his head off and just exits the ring. Rex looked good, even though he basically got laughed at and knocked out with one blow by the terrible picture-looking Matt Riddle there. And the next big thing storyline has started with this segment. Matt's improving in acting, and Spud's learning to show more charisma, which is awesome, because this is a popularity company, and if they develop their skills, they're going to get better ratings, they're going to get more popular and everything. This is going to be probably a 2-month feud, maybe. I don't know. I haven't completely booked out. There's some feuds I have completely booked out. I've got plans for events like Slammiversary and Bound for Glory, but other things I'm kind of like, I could do this now, but yeah, hopefully before the next episode I have a lot more kind of planned out. Next segment. I realize I'm rambling a lot, but that's just because I haven't done this for a long time, so I'm just not used to I'm not getting across the point again. Anyway, I'm rambling now. In a D46 segment, Maria, Laurel, Mike, and Ali are backstage. Maria, Mike, and Laurel are sitting on comfy chairs, sipping champagne as Ali serves them drinks in a humiliating maid outfit. She's pouring Mike another glass when he's just like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just going to make your life a bit more hell." He drops his glass accidentally, and Maria's just like, "Ali, look what you've done. Clean it up now." She's, "Yes, Miss Maria," in a high, kind of scared voice. She goes to pick up the shattered glass as Mike and Maria start to tell her how worthless she is, because they're bullies. Ali's clearly affected, almost breaking down into tears when Braxton Sutter walks in and he says, "Hey, stop. What the hell's wrong with you people? She's a human being." And she's also my wife, but we're going to ignore that for a little bit. And you can't just treat her like that because the Miracle drops his glass. And Mike stands up. He just gets in Sutter's face. He's like, "What are you going to do about it?" And Braxton, I just see BS. I think bullshit. Not Braxton Sutter. He goes, "Fight. you and me. Next week on Impact, I'll beat some respect into you. Bennett nods and they stare each other down as we head to commercial. So the performance of Laurel was good. No work improvements. The I've had enough storyline has advanced with this segment. And yeah, we're gonna get the not enough interesting storylines at the end of this episode because I've just realised you guys probably have seen New People. Yep, probably Mike Bennett, because no one's exactly popular at the moment. There aren't any huge spoilers in there. So D46 next segment. Yeah, alright, that's definitely, it's completely Brandy if that's her fault. In about they had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Rosemary defeated Brandy Rhodes in 6:26 by pinfall with an Olympic slam, E+32. Brandy was really off a game. She got 15. Announcing lifted the match. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Rosemary with a 38. Brandy with a 15. But Brandy improves in performance, as does Rosemary. Next segment. That is wow, that is not much better. I expected a lot better. She kicks Brandy out of the ring, just sits down with the title on a microphone. She says, I continue to bring destruction and decay to Impact. I've held the title for about 3 months now, and no one's been able to beat me yet. And the longer I hold this belt, the more people realize that decay comes for everyone. So whoever steps up next, bring your best, because if you don't, we will decay. So, and she's interrupted by Jade, who comes out of the ring and just stares her down. She points to the title, but then sucker punched by Rosemary. The two continue to brawl until they're separated by security. We have another match for all against all odds. So, no work improvements. We'll book that in. Against all odds. There we go. So we've got another 3 weeks to build, I believe. Let's just do that. There we go. No real spoilers there now. Rosemary and Jade. In real life, that match would be really good, but neither of these two are particularly over in the game, so it's probably not going to get a fantastic rating, but in a year or two, they could be getting Bs. Next segment. We see footage from the... Oh, fucking hell. I think I wrote this at like midnight. From the Hardy compound as the Broken Hardys enjoy an evening meal. And Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, it's ridiculous, it's fun. You can go wherever. You could literally do anything with Matt Hardy and it would not be out of character. So Matt says, Queen Rebecca, this stew of rabbit is simply delightful, and these green beans are fantastic. In fact, this meal is absolutely liberating. I can't do a Broken Matt impersonation. It's not really an impersonation that I'm doing. I'm just putting a voice on, kind of. The 7 deities of... Broken Matt clearly has a premonition before coming back to his senses, and Nero's like, what is it, my broken brother? Brother Nero, the 7 deities given me a premonition. We must return to the zone of impact and liberate it from the clutch of the crew of Death Council. We must delete them. Let us depart. And they just stand up and leave because, green beans is not as important as deleting people. Broken Matt is not suited to his gimmick. That's too bad because it's way too much fun to write. I'm going to probably change it. Brother Nero is terrible with no script to follow. His dialogue was a mess. Well, that's a pain. The Broken Tag Division storyline is advanced with this segment. No work improvement. C-58. This is a very solid rating at the moment, but we're gonna need better. Next segment. Oh, speaking of better, this is not better. A hype video plays showing a montage of brutal and painful looking wrestling. I bet you guys already know who this is, but I'm not gonna say anything. Everything looks stiff, and as the video ends, a short message flashes across the screen. We're coming, be scared, BSS. Yeah, you guys know who it is. E23. That doesn't matter. I don't think they were rated on anything. Alright. In a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Trevor Lee defeated Mark Andrews in HOH by submission. Mark Andrews has debuted his underdog gimmick because, of course, I brought him back in. E+30 is not great. They don't seem to click. That's alright. We'll just never book that match again. Mark Andrews with a 29, Trevor Lee with a 26. No work improvements, which isn't great. Moving on. Trevor Lee has dispatched his opponent tonight, and as he celebrates in the ring with Andrew Everett, Shane Helms grabs a mic and he says, "This is your X Division champ, Trevor Lee. No one can beat this monster of a man, but I'm going to give someone a shot at against all odds. So whoever wants a title shot, come on out and we'll make the match official." And they all just kind of wait in the ring and start laughing because no one's coming out. And Andrew Everett says, "What? Is everyone scared of him? Does no one in the back have the balls to?" And then he's cut off by some unfamiliar music as everyone just kind of like, who the hell is this? And ACH pops out. ACH is in TNA and he comes out to the ring. He points at the X Division title and this match is official as both men just stare each other down. Above average gimmick. The storyline has advanced. So we'll book that in, and this time I'm going to actually stop the recording and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back and I'm just gonna... Okay. I've just realised that my other screen, because I'm using OBS and it records screens, you're actually not seeing the booking screen when I book it. So I don't think it's actually been spoiled or anything, so that's alright. Next segment. This show is fucking shocking. Oh, what the hell? Eddie's backstage, he's warming up for his match later on tonight. He's tapped on the shoulder by his tag team partner, Davey Richards. And Eddie turns around and he's like, "Oh, Davey, I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. You should have told me." And he just laughs and he puts his hand on his shoulder. He was like, "It's cleared yesterday. I wanted to surprise you tonight. I thought we could go out there and challenge someone to a fight, like maybe the Broken Hardys. But you've clearly got a bigger opportunity. So I just want to know that you're here to support you tonight." And Eddie's like, "We?" And Davey nods as Angelina and Alicia Edwards, who I have not changed her name, enter the frame, and Alicia hugs Eddie and wishes him luck. So Eddie's getting better as gimmick. A potential future heel turn was hinted for Davey. Mercedes hinted at a face turn. If I handle that, okay, I'm going to add in this. What the fuck is going on? 1 minute. Okay, I can work on that later. Anyway, gimmick change, we're going to complete the turn. Sorry, you guys can't see this. It went pretty well. Davey's learning to show more charisma. Mercedes is improving at acting. D-39. I'm going to work this out so that I can get the booking screens up. I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, so... Yeah, alright, I think you can see that now. So anyway, yeah, moving on. We've got that all sorted. Next segment. So, that's not great either. This show is going to be shocking. I'll be very surprised if it gets past the 50. I'll actually have like a really good main event. So, hype video for the Grand Champion. Drew Galloway plays. It highlights his win to win the title. Even though I've said it's against Aaron Rex, and I'm pretty sure he beat Moose for it. So that's a revisionist theory. Fucking history. I'm tired. I had uni today all day. I'm not gonna record after uni again. It's a bad idea. And how he plans to never let go of the championship, and it also outlines the new rules because otherwise it's just gonna be a pain for me to book. So there's no longer a 3-round system, and it doesn't need to be defended in every singles match involving the champion, because I think that is a prereq I remember that being a prerequisite, at least when it started, because every match Galloway or Rex was in was for the championship, and there were some really good matches that Rex had with Jesse Godders. Anyway, next segment. Speaking of Jesse Godders, 23. That's shite. In about a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling, but still one of our better matches of the night. Galloway defeated Godders in 8:34 by pinfall with a Scott drop. Galloway with a 61, Godders with a 23. They both improve in performance, which is fun by me. Next segment. There we go. Good, decent match rating, and that's probably going to be better than the main event. In a decent match, the debuting Jay Briscoe defeats Mike Bennett in 9:20 by pinfall with a double underhook pile driver, C-59. The redneck gimmick has got a rating of great. Maria did good work at ringside. They have pretty good chemistry, which is great. Jay had an in-ring performance of 45, Mike with a 58. Mike's improving in performance. There's been a lot of improvements in performance skills tonight, which I'm pretty happy with. We'll move on. Yeah, it did better than the main event. In a decent match, Cody Runnels defeated Eddie Edwards in 16:05 by pinfall with a beautiful disaster. During the match, we also had Davey Richards distract Cody. C-55. Cody was off his game. Davey with his heel turn. Cody with a 61. Eddie with a 56. Destroyer vs Nightmare has started with this segment because I think Lashley was on commentary, and the Wolves for Life storyline has advanced and gained heat. Cody improves in Rumble and performance, and Eddie also improves in performance. So we'll book that again. We'll book that in, and I'll be right back. So there's the beginning of our card. It looks like a decent card so far, and it's just gonna get bigger, obviously, and better. So let's move on. Yes. I don't think we've actually had a rating crack 60. It's really bad. Cody is the new #1 contender who celebrates in the ring as Lashley stands up, and he's an arsehole. He sarcastically claps from the announcer's desk in the middle of the ring. Davey's just like, you tried, buddy. He tried to give him the upper hand by distracting Cody. It clearly didn't work out how he wanted it to. And Eddie, who's unaware that Davey kind of tried to give him the win, he just gets up and they just hug in the middle of the ring. He's clearly disappointed, but they go to shake Cody's hand before they just leave the ring to let Cody celebrate the biggest win in his TNA career. And I spelled biggest wrong. Both those storylines have advanced, no work improvements. And the show, I saw that coming. The sad thing is it's still increasing in popularity in 18 regions, and it was a shocking show. That is the worst recorded show I've ever put on, but it's starting off with TNA. You're not really going to get many good shows starting off with TNA. Unless you literally bring in Cena and Punk or something, which you literally can't do. Unless you go to the editor, which unless you're doing something like maybe making Joseph Connors available in the US is kind of cheating. If I go to the editor, it's usually to kind of tweak something. So, for example, people that now work in the US, or I change Tyler Bate and stuff. I think Tyler Bate in this is able to work in the US, but that's just an example. Not enough interesting storylines. Kind of saw that going, what the heck is that? You guys don't think you can see that. Let's continue. What the hell? Alright, that's a bit weird. I'm going to fix this. Alright, so it's acting, the TEW is acting up a little bit, but we'll not go there. TNA Impact, decent though hardly spectacular. Let's go here. Alright, all these complaints. Broken Matt Hardy says Jesse Goddard isn't charismatic. You should release the kid and hire someone better. I don't know. Jesse seems decently charismatic in real life. Like, I don't know. I like him. Is that not enough? I don't know. He's underrated in ring. He's better than weak in the ring. They're all unhappy, obviously. I don't fucking care, Swoggle. You're an enhancement talent. I didn't even use Grado or Caleb Conley. I didn't use any of them. And they're like, you should give me a better push because I've clearly gained popularity. So yeah, we'll have a look at the current schedule. So we've got Genesis, which obviously we're not going to have. Against All Odds, Victory Road, Knockouts. I don't remember putting that in, but alright. That will be probably cancelled. Lockdown, Sacrifice, Slammiversary, Destination X, Hard Justice, No Surrender, Bound for Glory, Turning Point, Final Resolution, and yeah, Final Resolution. So I'm not going to be recording Explosion because it's really just going to be matches and maybe a hype video. Yeah. Okay, I've still got Impact being shown on Thursdays, which is gonna be really weird for like. It's gonna be weird for the pay-per-view, so I might have to change that so it's shown on Fridays. But that's where we'll end it. If you've got any storyline ideas or anything, comment below. It's really appreciated if you comment or like, because then I know that people actually want to watch this, and if people don't want to watch this, then there's not really a point in me doing it. Like, I could type all these out, but I type it out and create these stories because I want people to see them. I kind of want to see like what I'd do with TNA, and I want people to be entertained. But if people aren't watching, then it's kind of like I'm putting all this effort in. I don't want to sound entitled because I'm not entitled. But if I like, it's really nice getting feedback. If people watch it, yeah, I'm stoked if people watch it. But like a comment is ridiculously appreciated because it lets me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you guys want to see. Because if you guys don't want to see me push Jesse Goddard, for example, to the fucking moon, 2-year World Heavyweight Championship reign, here we come, maybe. If you don't want to see that and I do it, then I'm actively like pushing people away without kind of thinking, alright, people have an objective to this, so I can do it. And of course, if you want me to sign anyone, I can try signing them, but as you can see, we have 600,000 bucks, which sounds like a lot, but like pay per appearance, that can definitely drop down a bit. And obviously I can't get people like, I can't get Kazarian and Daniels because they're both on written deals for Ring of Honor. I can't get anyone from WWE because they're all on written deals unless their contract expires. And yeah, so, you know, if you like, if you comment, it's greatly appreciated. I'm going to stop here. Peace.